Now to an update on a Target 8 investigation that we have been working for over a month. Missing money from a police department's evidence room, a room that was in total disarray. Tonight, we're exposing some new information about the possible corruption investigation going on right now at the Muskegon Heights Police Department. And 24-hour News 8's Hendrix broke this story and has been working it ever since.
Our plight to get answers stonewalled at the city level.
I don't have time for an interview. I have a 9 o'clock.
Unreturned calls and refusal to answer our questions continues even now.
Well, as I said before, this is just a statement, not questions. Thank you very much.
And that's in us probing on our own quickly to the Freedom of Information Act. Our requests met with resistance even then. The city at first denying our written request in a memo approved by no one. The info marked not available. But we didn't stop there. 24-hour News 8 attorneys stepped in shortly after their contact with the city. We received this partial response to our request. Details some new information. The investigation that started in March we now know has roots back to at least January, when the then interim chief Ron Rake tried to work toward a solution. He appointed an officer to head up the evidence room and asked the city to hire an evidence technician to help. That position, Rake tells us, was never filled. The officer that was to be in charge, his home, the location of a state police search for evidence in this case. A computer and financial records were seized. No word on what came of it. 24-hour News 8 has also learned that since that search, other financial records have been seized and are being looked at by state investigators. This evening, we contacted the man who blew the whistle on the problem, former interim chief Ron Rake. He says to his surprise, he still has not been contacted by investigators. He says the room was in order when he retired from the department in 2004. When he returned as the interim chief, he says it was a mess. He won't get into details, though, honoring a promise he made to the city when he resigned. In this letter to the city manager, the former interim chief police wrote that he would be embarrassed to hand the police department over to the new chief in the condition they are in. Of course, we're continuing to follow this story. We're working with our corporate attorneys as well as the city to try to get documents that detail what happened in this case and what's being done to fix it. Reporting in the newsroom tonight, Hendrix, 24-hour News 8.